Welcome in, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I'm just currently on with YouTube support, so. None of the authorities want to help me, and neither does any lawyer, apparently. Alright, air signs. We're gonna try this again. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Just waiting for everybody to get back in the chat. And I'm finishing off this conversation with the support system for the back end of YouTube. It's funny, I can't even read for my Dharmic Gemini Libra Aquarians because the Karmics push their way through, right? Because they're so fucking entitled. They should sit the fuck down and take a breath. Or don't take a breath at all. Just suffocate. I don't care. Put yourself out of your fucking despicable, bitter misery. If that's what you choose to do. But stay the fuck out of my lives. Stay the fuck out of my energy. Apparently they say that there's no technical issues on their end. So, that's a good sign. Hmm. Okay, cool. So, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Um, if you're Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you might want to tap in to try to override that karmic ass bullshit energy. Okay? We're gonna do a vibe check. All right. They sure are compassionate over there at YouTube. But they don't have very many solutions. So we're just going to continue on. What's the vibe for my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Spirit? Alright, Spirit, what's the deal? What is the deal? Psychopath. Abusive, conniving, unpredictable. Interesting card to start off with. Thank you, Spirit. What else about this psychopath? What else? Pray tell, what is the vibe for... Yeah, somebody doesn't want to cut ties. They don't want to be salty anymore. They're absolutely obsessed. Doesn't surprise me. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to learn anything. They're not willing to open up their fucking brain. Oh, they're running. They're trying to escape. Denial, excuses. They don't want to nurture anything. They're done gambling. That's for sure. They don't want to gamble anymore. Gentleness, nurturing, mothering in reverse. Yeah, you guys don't want my feedback. A waste of my time. That's your feedback. What's going on? Spirit. Ah. Okay. They're definitely not in the moment. They're not in good vibes. They don't want to do these continuous cycles anymore. They're done with addictions, their bad decisions. They're done with the thrills of being a psychopath. Maybe they're feeling guilty. They're not nurturing themselves. Maybe they're sad. Freedom, standing up, awaken in the reverse. So they're trapped. And they're running from their responsibilities. I don't even know what you're talking about, Sheila. What did I do? What do you mean? Most of us are basically giving up on ourselves. Most of us are not showing up for ourselves. That's why we're all burnt out. The moment you start showing up for yourself is the moment things change. Somebody doesn't want you having a glow up. And I'm getting a lot of cross-watching energy tonight, so we're just going to roll with it. I guess we're doing cross-watching. So if you're dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you're probably dealing with the psychopath. You're probably dealing with somebody that's not in good vibes. They very well, they don't want to make these bad decisions anymore, or they just don't want to be held accountable for their bad decisions and addictions. They're not nurturing themselves. They're trying to run away from their accountability, and they can't cut ties from this. They're not free. They're trapped. It's either that or they're actually ecstatically happy at the fact that you can't seem to cut ties with them. But you're not confused. You're abused. So if you're dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they're karmic, yeah, I'm just going to roll with it. And if that's what Spirit wants to bring out into the cards, then that's what Spirit's going to bring out in the cards, whether I like it or not. So it is what it is. So Spirit, if there's this going on, like, what's the deal? Why? That's the big question. Why? Why must they be so fucking obsessed? Is my question. Really? Pray tell. Masked. Yeah, they're hiding, they're concealing, they're very deceptive. Okay? What else? They're probably sitting here in the chat, laughing their ass off. Yep, slow down, take some time for you, get out in nature. Yeah. Interesting. Delay, procrastination, too busy. They're trying to put to sleep their psychopathic ways, is what they're doing. This is what they're trying to do, to escape and be in denial and, make excuses and all this stuff. They're not nurturing themselves. They're obsessed. They're literally obsessed with you, collective. They're literally obsessed with you. They won't leave it alone. Okay? They won't leave it alone. It's stupid. They need to think about themselves. They need to think about their own life. But no, they're in a delusion, head in the clouds, daydreaming. It's like they want you back in their energy so that way they can just continue to manipulate and abuse you. Oh, that's what it is. They think that you're their soulmate. Well, you can shove that soulmate idea up your fucking ass. How about that? Okay? Because there's no soulmate bullshit with us. Not with me and my collective. Not if you're a psychopath. Yeah, absolutely no fucking possibilities. Okay? And the thing is, they don't want you following your dreams. They don't want you making up your mind or believing in yourself. This is the thing. Right? This is the whole thing. Yeah, they're not smelling the roses. They're not slowing down. They're not taking time out for them. They don't want these boundaries anymore. They're done with these boundaries. But I'm your soulmate. Drop your boundaries. Drop your guard. Drop your standards. Yeah. They can't get away from this. That's how obsessed they are. They don't want you getting away, maybe. They don't want you to relax. They don't want you having fun. They want it to be all for nothing. They're fucking delusional if they think that you're gonna go back into their energy again. Or have anything to do with them. These people really need to give their fucking heads a shake. Whoever these karmics are, they need to fuck off. And just leave you alone. Leave you alone. Yeah, third parties, haters, lessons learned in reverse with the karmics. They have the audacity to think that they are not a karmic. They're saying that they are entitled and they're dharmic. They're in their dharmic energy. Meanwhile, they're the obsessed psychopath. Please, make it make sense. The audacity and entitlement of these motherfuckers. Like, really. Like, delusional. I can't say it enough. Absolutely fucking delusional. Yeah, they want a second chance with you. They're longing to talk. They want a reunion. Okay? You're not fucking... They're not happy, and you're not laughing. But they're a fucking joke. To this extent, they're an absolute fucking joke. There is no second chances. You probably could care fucking less if they're missing you. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want no reunion. Right? But they're giving it no other chance. They want you to contact them, is what it is. They want you to contact them. They didn't remember your number. Their phone probably got destroyed. And they're waiting for you to text them so that way that they can get your number again. That's what's coming through from spirit. So that's why they haven't been reaching out. But they can't even come at you with an apology, let alone anything else. It's a bunch of bullshit if you ask me. Like, they need to give their fucking heads a shake or just go headlong as fast as they can into a brick wall. Head first, please. Knock yourself out. And I'm talking to the karmics, okay? You're a bunch of fucking losers. Dumbass karmics, man. I'm so fucking done with them. Like, so done. Done. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, done. Like, keep up your shit. Keep it up. See where it's gonna get you. You're gonna literally give no other choice but for the authorities to get involved. And then you're gonna be dealt with because all this whole paper trail, this digital paper trail of everything that you're doing, not going to work out very well. You think you have the upper hand, but there's other people in the higher authorities that are already investigating this, and you don't even realize it. What's the steamy fucking karmic truth there, Spirit? What's going on? Tell me in the tarot. We got the steampunk tarot out here. Punky ass, stinky fucking karmic energy. What are we talking about? What do we need to know about these dumbass karmic air signs. Sorry, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you are a divine Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you are a very rare individual. Okay? I'm just gonna say that much. I'm just saying that much. If you're actually in your divine energy, all the power to you. This reading is not for you. Fuck's sakes. What's the deal, Spirit? What is the message that we need to know? So, King of Wands, they're getting what they want. Right? They want you acting out of character. They want you to snap out. Right? The King of Wands in reverse. We've got the Moon. Oh, they want you in your emotions. And it's something to do with a third party. And something coming in fast. Interesting. Tell me more. Oh, Injustice on the bottom of the deck. We'll turn that right side up. And balance things out. What do we got? Two of Wands. They don't want you moving forward. Interesting. Interesting. The Ace of Swords on its side. So there's a whole bunch of lies and deception. It's the hiding of the truth. Keeping the truth from coming out. Eight of Swords, because you see what the hell's going on and they don't want you to see. They don't want you to see what's going on, and they're being very selfish. Right? But they're probably calling you selfish, right? Because you're not allowing them back in your energy. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Because you went through an awakening. You went into an isolation period, collective, and the thing is that with this isolation, you went in, you found your inner light, and now it's guiding you. Okay? So, you're coming out of your isolation period, and they don't like that. They want you to go right on back in. Okay? I think for now on, I'm going to do karmic elementals. There's not going to be any divine energy, because the divine energy, I'm speaking to my divine collective regardless, right? So we're dealing with karmic energy anyway. So I'm here to talk about the karmic energy. I understand that now, okay? So if you're dealing with these karmics, I'm here to talk about it. And I think that's the most entertaining point. Somebody loves you. Somebody wants in your energy again. They don't know how to tell you this. Okay? And they would rather fuck you up and get you to step out of your character and make you and feel powerful by doing that, you know, to the point where you go back to them, is what it is. So they would rather get you out of character. They'd rather get you in this energy where, you know, you're out of your character. Like, they would rather fuck around with your energy and playing jokes and playing tricks and everything than actually come and tell you how you feel. Or come and tell you how they feel. But apparently, there's something happened. There's major changes happening. There very well could be the fact that you released this third-party bullshit. You were done with it. They want you in your emotions, but it's not working. It's not working out the way that they want it. It's not showing up in the way that you're not reacting in the same way that they want you to get their fulfillment. So it's almost like you're not entertaining their bullshit. That's what it looks like to me. Page of Wands. Okay, so they're maybe studying you on how to come forward. Maybe they got some sort of idea. Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and we got the Three of Wands. So they're waiting patiently for you to come forward with some sort of compassion, and it's not happening. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor, and they see this. They see the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. With the Page of Swords, somebody's talking about it. So this is a cross-watching video about Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you're probably dealing with these bastards. The Two of Swords. They're basically wanting you to make decisions without having all the information. And you're having no other choice but to focus on your instincts, focus on your gifts, focus on your ability to think on the ball, think on the fly, being able to adapt quickly. Like, they're expecting you, like, they want you to move on. Or they don't want you to move on, but you're moving on without all the information. You're moving on, you're moving through, you're progressing without all the information. The thing is the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor, regardless of what they're trying to do here. And here they're thinking that there's some sort of a soulmate union going on between you and them. They're fucking delusional. They don't want you walking away. They don't want you letting this go. They don't want you letting go of the third party bullshit. They want to be selfish. They want to be in your energy, but they don't want you knowing the full truth. They want to be able to deceive you and continue to deceive you. That's the situation. Because you've had an awakening, and they want back in. But they don't want you knowing anything about this. I wouldn't be surprised if this reading is messaging for me, basically stating that they're sitting there watching. Hi. Hi. Me flipping the bird was not from my tribe. It was to the Karmics. All I can say is the Karmics can go to the bottom of the pool and try to sing a song. Okay? Take a scratch and sniff sticker to the bottom of the pool and try and activate it. Do us all a favor. What else, Spirit? Pray tell what we need to know. What the fuck is the issue here? What's going on? What don't they want us to know? And what don't they want to tell us? Oh. Oh. So they're fighting with a third party about some sort of marriage. Apparently these motherfuckers were married before they even came into our energy. Okay? They're fighting with the third party about some sort of marriage. Oh, Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Very, very interesting. You know what, Collective? You nurtured them so much. This is why you're the best they ever had. Nobody nurtured them like you. And now they're obsessed with you. But the whole thing is, because of what they've done, okay? Because of what they've done to you, because they're a fucking psychopath, you've walked away. Right? You walked away from them. You want nothing to do with these motherfuckers, and somehow they just can't let go. Somehow they feel so entitled to your energy that they're trying to put an end to whatever you got going on. And now, they were already married They wanted their cake and to have it too. They wanted it, you know. It's either that or they want to come in and marry you, and they're willing to fight for it. What makes you think you want any of their stanky ass energy? Your cup is full already, collective. Your cup is already full. You don't need their stanky ass energy. You got nothing for them. Well, how can you be compassionate to other people and not compassionate towards me? Because you're a fucking traitor, that's why. You're nothing but a liar. You're nothing but a fucking cheater. You're nothing but a fucking heartbreaker. You're nothing but a karmic. That's why. Why would we fucking waste our energy, time, money, or anything for that matter in regards to these karmics? When we're filling our own fucking cup for a change. We're pouring into ourselves, collective. The audacity that these motherfuckers have, thinking that they can get back into our energy. We're pouring into ourselves. Right? We're healing ourselves. To bring us to the better version of ourselves. We aren't giving a fuck about the karmics. They can sit in their mud puddle and cry about it all they want. Okay? Osama, go find another chat. Not interested. They're trying to bring injustice to a manifester, a magician, somebody that is in touch with the elements around them. And they're making a judgment call. You're making a judgment call, collective. Get out of my chat. Thank you, Max. Nobody's gonna come in and spam my chat about their bullshit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're stepping forward very quickly. You're not wasting your time anymore, collective. You're done with the stupid ass karmic bullshit. It's the way it is. What do we need to know about these dumbass karmics and what they're hiding from us? Yeah, the manipulation, the energetic manipulation. They're trying to get you to submit to their fucking dumbass marriage with the third party. Maybe there's 5 of them now. Maybe there's 5 of them together now. Big, huge, fucking happy, disgusting family. Right? They're fighting over this, the so-called union. So that way they can manipulate you. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a coven of people fighting now because of the fact of their security and their foundation is falling apart. Because of their manipulation. I wouldn't be surprised of it. Yeah, because you found your self-worth again. They can't tap into your energy anymore. You're not allowing them to tap in anymore. Yeah. Hello, 10 of Swords. Clearly. What else, Spirit? You've cut them the fuck off, collective, and I'm proud of you. Yeah, they can't even rest now. They're chomping at the bit at this point. Because their manipulation's not working. Some sort of Queen of Swords? You're probably dealing with a Gemini. I wouldn't be surprised. Some stupid ass bitch cunt motherfucker. Yeah, she needs to sit the fuck down. Yeah, I'm trying to leave you in the dark about something. That's okay. She's going through it. Clearly going through it. Oh, Page of Wands. Yeah, okay. Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah. They don't want you moving forward with anything new. Okay, they're emotionally dependent on you for some odd reason. They're hanging on to your every word. She just needs to just fuck off. Just outright just fuck off. That's the truth. There's some sort of clarity coming forward at some point. Maybe the ones of communication, they're actually gonna find the fucking words after so long. Yeah. They need help releasing the devil. They need help releasing this whatever they fucking called on to come at you, to destroy you. It's now trying to destroy them. Because they know better than to go after a light worker. Because the light workers are divinely guided, guarded, and protected. Yeah, you're a high priestess. You're tapped the fuck in. And you're putting into yourself. You're holding your energy to yourself. And you're healing whatever this bullshit is. Whatever they're sending you, you're alchemizing it. You're sending it back. You're a high priest, high priestess. You're in that energy. You're very powerful, whoever you are. They need to sit the fuck down and take notes. That's for sure. Because they sure as hell don't know who the fuck they're dealing with. They're energetically tied to you somehow. And they can't do it anymore. They're dependent on you. They're fiending for your energy. They're obsessed. And everything that's being done to you, you're getting it back. Whatever's going on, you got sevenfold blessings coming for everything that they've done. The divine's fed up. Your ancestors are fed up. Your guides, guards, protectors are fed up. Because you're committed to the Most High. You're committed to the divine. They're not going to betray you. The divine is not going to betray you, collective. So just continue moving forward. Continue doing what you're doing. You kind of need to be the bait to get the blessing, unfortunately. Because they want you acting out of character. They want you acting like a tyrant. But you're not in that energy. Okay? They're losing their absolute shit that you're finding everything out. Because the divine is on your side. Alright? The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. Okay? Against all of their deception towards you. Okay? And they don't like it. They're losing their absolute mind. Yeah, because you're coming out of this tower of lies. You're coming out of this tower of lies on top. Okay? All they did is try to deceive you. They tried to rip you apart. This could be a masculine and his feminine, very, very deceitful, nurturing his lies, trying to make it work for them, and it's not working. It's blowing up in their face. Yeah. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to say. Nothing. They're fucking speechless. It's because you're committed to the divine, and the divine's not betraying you, and the divine isn't giving them any possibility of betraying you again. You're being divinely guided, guarded, and protected. I didn't fucking stutter. I meant every word. There could be a Taurus involved, but otherwise, you're committed to the Most High. Okay? You very well could be this Hierophant. Doesn't matter what sign you are, but you're dealing with a bunch of fucking dumbass people, right? Because you're committed to the divine. Three of Wands. They want you missing out on everything. They want you losing your patience. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be somebody that's very, very stingy, thinking that they know better when they really fucking have no clue. Okay? Page of Swords, lying on you. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is lying on you. The Six of Swords in reverse, they don't want you walking away. They don't want you learning anything about what they're doing to you. They want to continue to be able to deceive you. Six of Cups, this is somebody from the past. It's either that or they want you thinking about the past. They want you stuck in the past. They don't want you moving forward. Nine of Wands in reverse. They want you helpless. They want you constantly sticking up for yourself, constantly having your guard up. They don't want you having any type of hope. But I have a feeling this is the energy that they're in right now, considering. They want you losing. They want you in this position of always having to be on guard. To the point where you don't allow anybody in anymore. They don't want you to heal. They want you in this energy of pain and suffering. They can go ahead and eat a devil dick as far as I'm concerned. Because that's the only way they're going to get out of it. And they're still going to be deceived by the fucking devil, so... we're doing karmic energies tonight, Jocelyn. Clearly, I'm not allowed to talk about divine energy, because really, if you're in divine energy, it's none of anybody's business. And the divine energy is protected. So I'm basically just going to roll with it. Because I seem to be tapping into the cross-watching Geminis. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra that is karmic, then that's fine. This is your reading to watch. But if you're a divine Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you already know where you are. You already know what you're doing. You already know what your plan is. Right? So we could be dealing with other Gemini, Libra, Aquarians that are in their karmic energy. So us divine energy people, we're not talking about our business, so that way the karmics literally have nothing to go on. We're keeping quiet about our blessings and our abundance and what we're stepping into, right? Anybody that's in the divine energy, we're already tapped the fuck in. We don't need a reading, to be honest. Okay? But we need to know what the karmics are up to. So I think that's why we're tapping into this energy. I finally kind of had a bit of an epiphany about that just now, regarding this. So this is why I find that I tap into this karmic energy all the time. So that's kind of what's been told to me anyway, regarding all this. Which at this point, it really makes sense. It really makes sense. Because these dumbass karmics, they really need to be put in their place, and I think that's my job. And they don't like it. I get dislikes on my videos all the time. Like, at least one, if not two, if not three. Because I'm talking shit about the karmics. Which they deserve to be talked shit about. Because they're talking shit about us. They don't want us stepping into our divine energy. Too fucking late. It's done. It's a done deal. We're not selling our soul to your dumbass demons. Like, they can fuck right off. Go eat a demon dick. That's the only satisfaction you're gonna get. The reason why the karmics get so triggered so easily is because they don't want to heal. They're happy in their pile of shit. They're happy being the victim. They're happy being in this energy of patheticness. Patheticy. It's lunacy and pathetic all rolled into one. Pathetic lunacy. Yeah. A Godsmack song is coming to mind. Moonlight and Get Back and what is it? New Religion, I think. Godsmack. It's a good band. You got to check out the lyrics though, because the lyrics make the songs make more sense as to what they're trying to create, right? They're a great band. I think I actually have their lyric book in my CDs. I'm gonna look because it's worth it. It's worth to look into. Let's see if I got it. Is it here? It is. I knew I had it here. I just had a feeling. I had a hunch. And Spirit's put me to it, so I'll do it. Let's see what we got here. I may need a magnifying glass. I'm not sure. Because holy hell. Yeah, Bad Religion. Let's see. I think I'm gonna need some light. I'll use my trusty little light for my bulb here. My blue light. So, Bad Religion in particular, it says, "Can you feel I'm not like you anymore? I can't see, I can't breathe. See you, see you quiver like the dogs on the street, looking down on as I beat you. It's a bad religion from a broken nation. It's a contradiction, and I can't take it anymore. Who's to say I won't like you anyway? Take a deep breath, I'm alive. Can you feel me? I'm alive inside of you. Agony creeps up behind you. It's a bad religion from a broken nation. It's a contradiction, and I can't take it any fucking way. Can you feel it? I gotta live with it every day. I can't take the pressure. I'm going insane. Now go away. And then there was, I think, keep it away. What is it? And I wonder. No, time bomb. Let me see here. Moonlight, moon baby. No. Yeah, whatever. That's the one. And I wonder day to day, I don't like you anyway. I don't need your shit today. You're pathetic in your own way. I feel for you. Better fucking go away. I will behave. I'm doing the best I never did. I'm doing the best that I can. Now go away. I don't need to fantasize. You are my pets all the time. I don't mind if you go blind. You get what you get until you're through with my life. Sickness spilling through your eyes, craving everything that you thought was alive. Stab me in my heart again, drag me through your wasted life. Are you forever dead? Do like do like I told you, stay away from me. Never underestimate me, keep away from me. Twisting everything around that you'd say, smack me in my mouth. Uh, it's so small, I can't even. 200 times every other day. Um, Rag me, I don't hear you anymore. Not, not yet. Find out what it means to me. I don't know who you are. Dragging on so lonely, aren't you tired, baby? Breathing life into your lungs. Are you immune to me? So yeah, you're dealing with a bunch of fucking pompous, entitled pieces of shit. Okay, collective? That's the situation. People can't leave you alone. People can't get out of your energy. People don't want to get out of your energy. Okay? And that's the shitty part. They're obsessed. They're psychopaths. They are sociopaths. They're in their feelings about the fact that you're winning. All right, collective. So yeah, we're talking about karmic Gemini, Libra, Aquarians tonight. You could be dealing with one at this time. Pray tell, what do we want to do next? I need to update my coffee. I will be right back. So they clearly don't want you winning. They don't want you succeeding. They don't want you moving on. They're tied to you somehow energetically. And even though you cut cords, they try to connect with you again. Which makes me think that they might have an item of clothing or some sort of DNA from you, whether it be hair, whether it be nail clippings, or something. That's being told to me through spirit. But they have something of you, of your DNA, of some sort of something of you that they're continuously connecting to. And this is how they're getting back into your energy. So we rebuke it. We neutralize absolutely anything and everything that they have in their possession to come into our energy again. It's now neutralized. Spirit, neutralize it, banish it. If they've done a voodoo doll or whatever, let it burn their fucking house down. I don't care anymore. As far as I'm concerned, they're doing nothing but harassing you. They don't want to be out of your energy. They don't want to let you go. They don't want to heal. They'd rather be on their pile of shit. And they're getting karma. They're getting karma for doing what they're doing. And because they're getting karma for doing what they're doing, they're taking it out on you. Which, it's just snowballing into more chaos. So, like, it doesn't make any sense to me why they just continue doing. Yeah, you're making a judgment call, and they're missing out on you. That's why. That's why. It very well could be, Jocelyn. It very well could be. If you're new here, check out the description box. What's the scoop, Spirit? What do we need to know? You're a high priestess. Whoever we're talking to, you're tapped the fuck in. You're guided, guarded, and protected by your higher version of yourself, as well as your spirit team. Okay? You know what the hell you're talking about. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. You're highly protected, highly guided, guarded. And they don't like this. Okay? The Karmics don't fucking like it. That you're so tapped in. That you're 10 steps ahead. And they want to come in and reconcile. Why? Because they want a new beginning with you. And they want to unbalance you. Or maybe they're unbalanced right now. And they're trying to get rid of their toxic energy. And you're standing 10 toes down. On not helping them. Right? Which is stopping them in their tracks. It's either stopping them or stopping you. Right? Because they're expecting you to give to them. Right? And you're not emotional to them at all. You're not pouring into them at all. And they're not pouring into themselves. They're emotionally tied to you somehow. And somehow they want to be with you. They want to be committed to you. They want to be, like, having a new foundation with you. Because this is what you got coming to you. They want to delay this. They're feeling entitled to your energy. And they want to fight for it, apparently. And at this point, they're probably trying to do it energetically. They're trying to get you to reach out to them because they don't have your number. Page of Swords and Empress. Yeah. They're watching to see how they can destroy you. They're a Dark Empress, quite possibly. And you're tapped the fuck in. You see everything that's going on. You can feel everything. You can sense everything. The divine is not leaving you out of the picture like they want you to be left out. Right? The divine is not betraying you. You've surrendered to the divine. You give it to the divine. Any problems or any challenges that you have, the divine taps you the fuck in. And they can't handle this. Okay? The Page of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So they want to come in with some sort of an offer, and they want to reconcile with you. They don't want to fight anymore. But why the hell are they in this Empress reverse energy then, if they don't want to fight anymore? They just they sit and they self-sabotage. They waste your fucking time, and yet they want to be back in your energy again. Like, no. No. They're self-sabotaging. Why would you want a chaotic energy around you like that? Right? They want to collaborate. They want to be part of your fucking speedwagon. Not happening. Because you're finding your self-worth. You're finding your new foundation, and they want to be a part of it. No. No. No means no. It's a complete fucking sentence. It doesn't need an exclamation mark. It doesn't even need a period. No is no. Get on with your fucking life already. Yeah, because everything that they're doing towards you is falling apart. And they don't want you to be seen in this beautiful light that you are, collective. Alright? They don't want you to have any good luck. They don't want you to have anything good to look at or anything good. Like, everything that you're building, everything, like, you're near your harvest time. Okay? And they don't want anything to work out for you because they're jealous, they're envious, the fact that they can't be a part of it. Which they should. They should sit with that shame of them being such a fucking karmic. They should sit with that shame for a little while, maybe have a cry, and maybe get over themselves, and then maybe focus on pouring into themselves and healing, rather than being all tied in with your energy. Like, fuck off. Maybe they're suicidal. Maybe they want to, you know, maybe they just want to end it all. Maybe they're that fucking pathetic and hopeless that they just want to end it all. Probably because they're receiving karma for what they've done. They can't even hold themselves accountable. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Maybe they want to put your Ten of Pentacles to rest. But you're finding a new foundation. One not built on fucking quicksand. Holy fuck, collective. Congratulations. You know, you're headed towards your Ten of Pentacles and they want to be a part of it. You're finding rest. You're finding a solid foundation to stand on and to build on. And it's not with them. Oh my god. Their whole world is collapsing because of that. Because they've been colluding against you behind the scenes. They don't want you to know about this. They don't want it coming out. Oops, it's already there. It's already out in the open. It's been out in the open for the last year. And they just won't fucking leave you alone. They figure hitting you with energy, hitting you with the karmic energy and the evil eye and all this shit, they think then they're just going to get away with it? Now they're begging you for forgiveness. They don't want to fight anymore. They're going through so much shit right now that they don't want to fight anymore. You walked away. You learned the lesson the hard way. You tried to clear out the energy, and their audacity is baffling you at this point. You ended this cycle with them. And they can't handle it. They're losing their fucking minds because you ended the cycle with them. And the fact that you're winning burns their ass even more. And you're sticking to your guns, too. You're sticking to your perspective. Your story hasn't fucking changed. Why? Because you're speaking truth, collective. You're speaking truth. You know what the fuck's going on. You don't have to switch yourself up like a pretzel to see things differently. You know exactly what's going on. Why? Because you're a high priest, high priestess. People should know better than to fuck with you. You're tapped the fuck in. You're using what the Most High gave to you. You're using what the Divine's given to you. You are tapped in. As trapped as you might feel about making certain decisions, you know, you're still being able to wield those swords regardless if you have a fucking blindfold on or not. That's how tapped in you are. You make your own decisions. Right? And you use that in a way that's protective. Nobody messes with the Two of Swords. Right? Would you mess with her? I wouldn't. She's got two swords in her hand. She's working with her senses and her higher self, and she's making decisions. And she's got the full moon at her bidding too. You don't mess with the Two of Swords. Need I say more? Nine of Pentacles. They're dependent on you. Energetically, financially. Somehow, some way. They could have somehow used your name to get benefits. The King of Swords. And the Seven of Swords. So somebody somehow, some way is lying. There's a lot of deception here. It could be a masculine, it could be a feminine. But either way, they're definitely not standing in their truth. They're lying. And they're thinking they're going to get something out of that. You're not going to get fuck all out of that. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, Karmics. You're not going to get shit out of that. Because you guys are liars, deceivers, deceptors, Decepticons. You guys are nothing but a bunch of fucking asshole karmics. You thinking that you're winning by deceiving and ripping people's hearts out and ripping people apart. You're not getting anywhere. The Divine sees absolutely everything, and now you're getting karma, and now all of a sudden you want to reconcile? The Divine sees everything. You think Big Brother's a problem? Big Brother's a fucking little mini person on the fucking map compared to the Divine. Because it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter what you do. The Divine sees absolutely everything you do. The Divine knows your intention before you even enact anything. You have the possibility of choice of what you do with your energy, with your time, with your actions, and your intention. Okay? The Divine gives you that choice. And when you choose to deceive, lie, and disrespect other people and other human beings, you're not getting away with that. It might look like you're getting away with that, but I'll tell you right now, it's not happening. I don't have any tattoos. I don't have any piercings. I've never gone under the knife. Well, minus that one time that somebody put a knife to my neck, but I don't count that. And a couple times where I cut my finger on the, you know, making food and shit like that back in the day when I wasn't so experienced. No, I'm all natural. All natural. Alright. Enough of the steampunk. Let's take a look and see what the Lisa Parker's got to say. What have we got going on? Spirit, what do we need to know to stay 10 steps ahead of these karmics? What is the biggest thing that we need to know right now about these karmics and how to stay 10 steps ahead? Just keep moving forward, collective. Undistracted, unapologetically, okay? Unapologetically undistracted. Because you got a new beginning anyway. Alright? And I think this is going to have to be a point in time where you're going to have to put your compassion down. Okay? You're going to have to turn off your compassion. You're gonna have to, you know, it's like wish a fucker would kind of situation. It's like you're gonna have to remind these motherfuckers who the hell you are. Like, they want to play with fire. They're going to get burned. And Spirit's saying, you don't have to lift a finger. Just let us know what you need. We'll deal with it. All you have to do is speak it into existence. And this goes for my divine ones. Because the divine ones, you are in alignment. Okay? You know how to speak things into existence in a sense that you know not to mess with karma. You know not to mess with free will. You know enough not to, you know, really worry about this karmic energy, right? You know how to speak with the divine. These karmics, no, they got to go to the low dwelling spiritual world in order to get anything, and all it is blowing up in their face. But you got a new beginning. And you're going to have to be less compassionate in this new beginning. Really focus on pouring into yourself. Tell me more. How do we stay 10 steps ahead? No excuses, no holds barred. That's what's being told to me. Nothing is off the table. Nothing is out of limits. People want to fuck around, they're going to find out the hard way. There's a King of Pentacles here in the reverse that's learning a very valuable lesson. About karma, about treating people with respect. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, because you're balancing things out. You're not being compassionate anymore, particularly maybe to this person. Queen of Swords is in reverse. So there could be a Gemini involved with this too. A Gemini female. What else? What do we do to stay 10 steps ahead? There's a new beginning. You're going to balance things out fine, but you need to drop your compassion. You need to stop being so nice to people. What else? The niceness is what... Okay, so the niceness is what's getting you into trouble. Because people think of that as a weakness. Okay? And because they think it's a weakness, they think that they can bombard you. They think that they can deceive you. They think that they can do all this shit to you and get away with it. Little do they know, they're not getting away with it. You're standing in your power, collective. What's going on? You need to stand in your power if you're not. But if you're in your divine energy, you are. So it's all good. Just stay focused, because you got a new beginning. You're starting a new beginning. You cut out this past energy once and for all. You are going towards your wish fulfillment. That's what you're doing. You need to stay focused on that wish fulfillment. Okay? And leave everybody in the fucking dark about it. People don't need to know your business. People don't need to know your blessings. People don't need to know how you're winning. Okay? Celebrate your wins in silence. Celebrate your wins in private, at least. Knave of Wands. Get inspired, move in a new direction. Seven of Swords. And be sneaky about it. And I think this is what you did. You started a new beginning. You're balancing things out. You're finding your wish fulfillment. You're focusing on that. You're throwing compassion out the fucking window because it hasn't really gotten you anywhere in the past. It just basically got you walked on. And you're inspired to move in a different direction. So this is how you can stay 10 steps ahead of your haters. By just continuing to focus on what needs to be focused on. And be downright fucking sneaky about it. Because none of anybody's fucking business. What else? How do we stay 10 steps ahead of our haters? You got nothing but passion and beautiful energies coming in, collective. Okay? But I have a feeling that they don't want you in a passionate energy. They don't want you moving forward with an open heart. They want you to close your heart with this new beginning. Because they know if you close your heart, it's going to fuck up. But you've got nothing but balance and wish fulfillment, and individual wish fulfillment, independent wish fulfillment. You're pouring into yourself. Right? And you're being inspired. And you need to continue to do that. You need to nurture your truth of who you are. You just need to stay focused on what you're doing. But I think that's what they want. They don't want you working with your heart space. You got a new foundation. Four of Wands. Somebody very well could be coming forward with an offer. They could ask you to marry them. That could be the situation. And they might know or see this coming. They might feel this coming. They might have asked the reader to read you, which the reader should have basically told them, no, absolutely not. I will not read for another person. It's one thing if there's certain messages that come through that Spirit want you to know, but you can't just outright read for another person unless you have authorization by Spirit. And authorization by meaning Spirit will give you those messages that you need to know. All right, Divine Ones? But I think somebody went out to try to get a reading on you, as they say, and these are karmic readers. Okay? Because you shouldn't be getting a reading on somebody else. That's faux pas. That's against the etiquette of reads. Okay? So the fact that they're reading on another person, like if you leave it open-ended and you're like, say, okay, Spirit, what is it that you can tell me about this person? Just so that way I can have the upper hand in a sense that I know who I'm dealing with. And if Spirit knows that you're not there to manipulate them, they'll give you certain information that's permeant to your situation. So that way you have a better understanding. But you can't outright read for another person and think that you're going to get away with it in order to manipulate them. Not happening. Not happening. If you want a reading, you go get a reading for yourself. If you want to do magic, you do magic for yourself. You don't be doing magic on other people and manipulating them into what you want them to do. The only time you ever do magic on other people is to protect yourself. That's it. That's it. If you want to do healing magic for them, they need to consent to it. Okay? That's the situation at hand. Otherwise, you're dealing with karmic people. Karmic people with audacity and entitlement. And a huge fucking ego. They need to sit the fuck down and take notes. Okay? I know all about the dark side. I know all about the light side. I've been to both sides. Without selling my soul. Miraculously. How I've been to the dark side? I've dealt with some pretty fucking dark people. Despicable degenerates. With egos bigger than their fucking heads. And the divine has left me humbled with knowledge that I have within me to keep me safe. What else do we need to know about these air signs, these karmic ass air signs? Is there anything else that we need to know? Four of Swords. Whatever's going on with these karmics, it's either they're being put to rest or this karmic bullshit is finally being put to rest. Collective, they're not going to be able to do this shit anymore to you. Okay? Going forward, they're not going to be able to do this shit to you anymore. You're going to be able to rest. You're going to be able to take some time out for you. This is what the Divine's got in store for you. You're going to be able to rest now. You're not going to have to be on eggshells, wondering where you're going to be able to be tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. All this bullshit that's been happening from the past up into this point is null and void. It's done. So you might have actually had a time period where it's just gotten really, really quiet within the last couple weeks. It might have been like there's an energy shift and things just got peaceful all of a sudden. It's because they are literally blocked out of your energy. They can't get in. And the thing is, the karmics are trying absolutely anything and everything. They could even be selling their soul to try to get back in. And what they don't realize is they're selling their soul for nothing. That's how bitter they are. That's how karmic they are. They can't even see a forest for the trees. And it's sad. You got some amazing, amazing, amazing offers coming in with this new beginning. Okay? What else, Spirit? What else you want to tell us? They literally have no hope. They're not healing. They very well could be being put to rest. Their overall life contract, I think, is null and void. We got the star here in the reverse. And it's clarifying Four of Swords. It's either that or they don't want you to have any hope for any type of rest. And this is why they're doing what they're doing. But they're totally blocked out of your energy. They might think by coming towards you with some sort of compassion and a dumbass stinky cup of love that it's going to work. That it's going to change things. That, you know, you'll look at them differently. Why didn't you do that in the beginning? Why'd you have to deceive us? Why'd you have to lie right to our face? Why did you have to not communicate your true feelings? Why'd you have to leave us in the fucking dark? Because you're an imbecile. You're the lowest of lows. And on top of that, you guys are supposed to be good with communication. You guys are supposed to be able to communicate. And all we get is... That's all we get. That's all we get. You're supposed to be the kings and queens of communication. And... That's all we get. Out of all of the signs... Okay, the karmic Gemini, Libra, Aquarians, I tell you right now, you guys need to give your fucking heads a shake. Once and for all. Because it's asinine how much you're embarrassing yourself. And your potential. You're totally sleeping on yourself. Not only your potential, but your ability to communicate. By just outright not communicating. And if you are communicating, all you're doing is lying and deceiving people and thinking that you're going to get something from it. Like, blow your fucking mind. Get a hold of yourself. Ace of fucking Swords in the reverse. I'm glad I did the air signs first, just to get it out of the way. Hell. Spirit saying the earth signs are next. That'll be tomorrow night. Yeah, you released any type of addiction or releasing any type of toxicity. You're done with this toxic energy, collective. Okay, so apparently Spirit wants you to know that they wanted you to sell your soul. They wanted you to be a sacrifice. But you didn't consent to the sacrifice. The only way that they could have got you to sacrifice is if you got yourself to the point where you turned to the dark side. And they had to basically ruin your life, ruin any opportunities in order to get you there. And the divine's like, nope. Scoop. Pluck. And again, the high priestess on the bottom of the deck. Something tells me that you were initiated into the divine, divine's protection, divine's guidance. You were initiated. And because you surrendered to the divine rather than the darkness, things are turning out 10 times better for you. Okay? Like, you're at the precipice of your new beginning. And all of this injustice is done for. Okay? Your bad days are over. Just keep that in mind. Your bad days are over. Why? Because you deserve so much better than what you've received. Okay? You'll know if you've been through some sort of initiation because the divine will test you. You have many choices, but how you deal with certain things. If you learn from something and you alchemize it and you transmute it, that's what the divine wants you to see. That's what the divine wants to see. Okay? But if you're taking this karmic bullshit and you're turning evil and you're wreaking havoc on people's lives, you're letting the bitterness overtake you. I'll take that yawn as a confirmation. I'm on track. I'm on fire, as Maureen says. Just stay focused. To my divine ones, my light workers, my earth angels, my chosen, my healers, my shamans, just stay focused. Eyes on the prize. You know what you're working towards. If you don't know your mission yet, it's something to meditate on. It's something to ask the divine to get you in alignment with. Tap in. You're already tapped in. You just need to pay the fuck attention. Okay? You need to pay attention. Enough pussyfooting around. Stop playing small. Stop sleeping on yourself. Stop playing, dimming your light. Start shining. Shine as bright as the fuck you want. Alright, collective? Because these motherfucking karmics are going through major dark night of the soul right now. They're in the process of their own awakening. And because they wanted to have what you have, they had to go through the same thing that you had to go through. And because they, be careful what you ask for. Because you just might get it. The divine is sitting there laughing at these karmics now because they're putting themselves through their own awakening. Because they want what you have. But they don't want to do the work. And this is why the divine is absolutely in stitches right now, laughing at these motherfuckers because they don't exactly know what the fuck they're asking for. The amount of trauma that I had to go through in order to be this sensitive to energy, I don't wish this on my enemy. Okay? I don't wish this on my enemy. On an enemy, on a person I don't like, on a person I don't understand. I don't wish any of it. Because there's some major trauma that you have to sit there and deal with. You're not only having to deal with the abuse that this trauma brings in, and you have to sit with that pain and that suffering and that just everything about it. Being abused, being used, being taken for granted, being slept on, being misunderstood on purpose, being lied on, being deceived. I don't wish that on anyone. It's literally the worst pain in the world, having to walk away from pretty well my whole family. Minus maybe 5 people. Having to let go of pretty well almost 85, if not 90% of my friend base. Because I don't know if I can trust them or not. It's not like they've come forward to say, yo, how you doing, Aiden? They haven't checked in months, if not years. So do they really fucking care? Probably not. Cut my fucking losses. The people that actually reach out, maybe. But they're still questionable because you don't know whether or not they have good intentions or not. You don't know whether or not they were part of the problem. It's very difficult to figure that out these days with so many deceptive people. You don't know who's actually serious anymore. So if you actually got some half-decent people riding for you, that are there supporting you, trying to lift you up, trying to make you into the best version of yourself, and they're not envious or jealous of it, they want to see you succeed, hold on to those motherfuckers. Okay? Because I'll tell you right now, they are very rare individuals. Okay? They're very rare. And I do believe that we've been brought into this life to recognize that we don't necessarily have to obtain any type of recognition or validation from the family that we come in with. But it's about making your own family. It's about choosing who you want in your life. It's not about who you arrive with. But it's how you make those choices and alchemize it and transmute it and move it into something beautiful that you want in your life. That you're not required to stick around with the fucking assholes that never wanted to see you win. These people thinking that they're doing you a favor by making you stay in that little box of comfort for them. Who gives a fuck about your comfort, collective? Who gives a fuck about my comfort as long as they're comfortable? That's all that matters. Right? You're not allowed to voice your opinion. You're not allowed to, speak your truth. You're not allowed to tell your story. Right? Because it would make them uncomfortable. Like, make it make sense. Maybe if they treated you better, you wouldn't have to talk shit about them, and you'd actually have something good to say about them instead. Right? Maybe if you had something good to say, maybe they wouldn't be so fucking triggered. Right? Maybe if they treated you better, maybe you wouldn't have anything bad to say. You know? Maybe you wouldn't have to walk around with a fucking mask and lie. Oh yeah, my family, I love my family. Meanwhile, they're a bunch of fucking bastards. Fucking degenerates. Thinking that they're gonna get away with their constant abuse? I don't fucking think so. So tribe, if you're part of my tribe, you're sticking up for yourself. You're standing 10 toes down. No holds barred anymore. You're speaking your fucking truth. You're speaking your mind. You're standing on business. Because you know what? As much as you have to let go of, you're making room for so much better to come in. That's one thing I didn't realize. Through the first half of all this, of releasing, of losing my family, losing out on all these people that I thought were supposed to be the ones that are, that are riding with me, to have all these people betray me and find out that I had to just walk away from them. To be honest, it was literally the best thing I ever did. Because you know what? They're sitting there now watching me. Watching pretty well every video. Because that's the only thing they get. Okay? That's the only thing they get. Now they're sitting there, obsessed, evil-eyeing you because you don't let them back in your energy. Why? Because you know better, collective. That's why. You had no other choice but to learn to know better. And they're all butthurt at that fact. That you learned a lesson. That you rose above all of their karmic bullshit. That you're no longer allowing their bullshit to dictate your life. You're not allowing their deception to ruin you. You're actually empowering. You don't need them to validate you anymore. In fact, you never needed them to validate you. I mean, they stole off of you. They created chaos for you. And all just to see you suffer. All just to see you suffer. Like, what kind of sadistic piece of shit does that to somebody? Just to see you suffer, to make them feel better about themselves. Like, really? Please, make it make sense. This is their audacity that they think that they're getting away with. They were sitting there laughing. This is what Spirit's saying. They were sitting there laughing at the fact that you were having issues, having problems. They were thinking it was a big fucking joke. That you were going through trials and tribulations and nobody was there to help you. And they were making it out to other people that you didn't deserve this help. That you weren't worthy of this help. And they were inciting other people to stop helping you. So if you had friends and they just fell out and fell off, like you didn't matter, it's because they were infiltrated. It's because they were told a bunch of lies and deception so that way they wouldn't go in your direction. They tried to sabotage these friendships and relationships that you had. Thinking that they were going to get away with it. And now they're sitting there dealing with a whole bunch of fucking karma because of what they've done. And then they're trying to reconcile their differences now. They're thinking that, oh, I'll just say sorry and everything will be fine. Right? Because they're nice. They're, they give the benefit of the doubt. All they want is an apology. Oh, that's easy. Let's just go and apologize. Then they'll let us back in their energy, and we can just continue doing whatever the fuck we want anyway. Because there's that much of a fucking pushover. Oh, really? Oh, really? The tables have turned, and the fables have been burned. All their deception, all their lies, all their deceit, all their sabotage, it's coming back to bite them, collective. It's coming back to bite them. 100-fold. I was going to say 3-fold. But then I'm thinking the 7 in my head, 7-fold. Right? Because the 7 of swords came up in reverse. You're getting back everything that was taken from you. And then some. And it's going to be divinely given. Divinely guided. Right? So it's protected. The blessings that you're about to receive, collective, my divine collective, not my karmic collective. The karmic collective's in for a rude awakening. Okay? The divine collective, you're about to be blessed upon measure. Your new beginning is going to be very fruitful. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be very healing, very empowering. So get ready for it. It's part of the whole perk of being divinely guided, guarded, and protected. It's just part of the deal. But you have to go through certain tests in order to get to that point to receive those blessings. Because you got to have the discernment to know who and who not to bless. When you have the power to bless people, you need to know that certain people need to go through certain things in order to learn certain lessons, and you can't necessarily be there to bless them when they don't fucking deserve it. The people that are going to come into your reality are going to be ready to be blessed because of their heart, because of their intentions. The people that choose to love you and support you and lift you up are going to be blessed beyond measure. The people that chose to come up against you, the people that chose to put roadblocks in your way, the people that chose to siphon from your energy, they're in for a rude awakening. All right? And it's because you surrendered to the divine. It's all divinely orchestrated. So I'm told to stock up on some popcorn because the show's about to get real fucking good. Spirit's also saying there are certain investigations regarding you guys. Okay? There are investigations going on behind the scenes that people don't know about. People are being looked into. Certain files are being formed regarding certain people and certain situations. This may be yours or may not be your message. If you feel it within your soul, you'll know. People are looking through the whole spectrum. They're looking at you. They're looking at your actions, your intentions. They're looking at other people that have come up against you. I'll take that as a confirmation. I can hear sirens in the distance. I don't know if you can hear them or they'll come closer. But there's sirens in the distance. There could be people going to jail for what they've done to try to sabotage you. There could be people being shut the fuck down. And I have a feeling that there's other things that they've been doing to other people. They're getting them caught up. So it's not even having to deal with you. But they got away with so much in the past. They're thinking that they're going to get away with it with you. But the divine ain't going to let that happen. Your shit fucking days are done, collective. And I'm talking to my divine ones. My earth angels, my light workers, my shamans. Okay? Yeah, we still got our healing to do. Yeah, we got our shadow work to do. Yeah, we got our challenges to get through. But they're our own challenges. We need to stand in our power. We need to call our power back. We need to stand on that. Like, enough is enough. Stop playing small. Shine as bright as you fucking can. And leave the fuckers in the dust. Go ahead, mama. What's your question? What's the devil card mean? I'm not being funny. I'm genuinely curious. Okay, so the devil card, it's representing temptation, it's representing lust, it's representing addictions, it's representing like the dark side of things, like the primal urges, the primal lustful feelings. Like there's definitely a dark side and a light side. There's a way you can go divinely into love and compassion and good intention, and then there's the devil side where it's dark and lusty and very manipulative and like very much a bondage, right? So the devil card is in the negative side, the darkness side of that. It also deals with shadow work. It deals with the sign of Capricorn on the positive note as well. So you could very well be dealing with the Capricorn, dealing with the devil. Um, and you know, Capricorns, they tend to get a bad rap because their card is the devil, but they're actually, you know, they are ruled by the light and the darkness, right? And this is where their stubbornness comes from. This is where a lot of their energies come from because they have both light and dark. They're kind of in balance, right? So the devil card to me, it depends on what cards are before it and after it. If it's just in a single aspect, it could very well be about addiction and temptation. Now, in reverse, you're letting go of that energy. You're letting go of the darkness. You're taking out the trash, right? So to speak, in that energy. Okay, so you're dealing with the Scorpio, to be honest. Okay, so if it's in the right side up, you very well could be tempted of the Scorpio, or the Scorpio could be tempted of you. Could very well be feeling very lustful, or if it's in the reverse, you're looking at, you know, letting go of this energy. Okay, once and for all. And I think this is a good thing. You need to take out the trash regarding the Scorpio, if that's the case. All right. So I need a new guitar. I want to get a new acoustic, but I want to get an acoustic electric with an amp, so that way I can play my pedal with it. But also, I have an electric now, but I don't know. So that might be one of my goals, to get a new guitar. I haven't went and looked, but I want something smaller than what I had. Unfortunately, my guitar had a fall, and it's no longer playable. So that's why you haven't really seen me come on here with my guitar much. Collective, you need to hold your perspective. You need to be patient with this perspective, right? Because you're still learning how to alchemize this perspective, stepping into the divine energy. You're still getting to know this whole situation. It seems like you're being left in the dark about some things, and this is why you need to have patience. This is probably why you don't have closure for certain situations. It's because you're being left in the dark about it. But you're going to rise. The world is on the bottom of the deck. You are leveling up, but you just need to be patient with this level up. This is one of the hardest level ups because it takes all of your gifts and it makes it make sense. It's all tying everything together. Okay? It's all tying everything together. You're going to know and you're going to understand things a lot better after this. After this level up. And I think that's why the karmics are like, they're screaming at the top of their lungs. They're losing their fucking shit because you're not voicing anything. You're not telling anybody anything. You're sticking to yourself, right? Like, really, it's none of their fucking business what's going on with you. If you might have moved, people are wondering, where did you move to? None of their fucking business. Okay? The people that need to know will know, and the ones that don't need to know, they're not going to know because it's really none of their fucking business. They can go suck on a fucking demon dick if they want. Alright, Spirit, what's going on? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Nine of Feathers. You need to hold your perspective. It's out here with the Hanged Man. You need to empower yourself. Step into your power. You need to go. The way you do that is you go within. You recognize all the pain and all the suffering and all the trauma that you've experienced was actually made there as a footing to your legacy. Everything you've been through, everything that you've had to deal with, is your legacy. It's part of your story. It's part of what is going to bring your prosperity. It's gonna be what's part of your success and your triumph and your victory. So unfortunately, you had to go through some shit in order to understand some shit, in order to deal with some shit, so that way you could rise out of that. It needed to be shown to you. You need to see who's deceiving you. You needed to deceive who was lying to you. You needed to see who was lying to you. And again, a Freudian slip maybe. You need to deceive the ones that are not being honest with you. You have outright the right to deceive these people. It's one thing to deceive someone, to manipulate them into doing what you want, but it's another thing to deceive someone in order to protect you. And this is where you alchemize the darkness with the light. Okay? And I think this is about how you alchemize the darkness. All right? And you are patient and you hold your perspective, you empower yourself, and you step into a new way of looking at the what you've been through. Okay? Because as you open your mind to new possibilities of, so what? They want to leave you in the dark? That's fine. You're going to still find the light. The thing is that light, it's always been within you, collective. Okay? The divine is trying to help you to understand who these people are and what they're up to and what they're capable of. Some people can't figure it out because they haven't been through it. Some of these dumbasses, okay, that thinking that they're gonna, that they want what you have, they don't even want to heal themselves. They don't even want to look at themselves in the mirror because they can't, because of all the pain that they've caused. That's how much they hate themselves. And now they want what you have. But they're not prepared to go and get it. They just want to steal it from you. Without doing all the work. And this is why I say they have a very, very dark awakening ahead of them. Because not only did they have to go through what you went through in less time, I don't even think they're going to survive it, collective. Because they're that audastic. They're that delusional. That you didn't have to work, you didn't have to do anything to get what you have. The joke's on them, and this is why the divine is laughing hysterically. Okay? This is why they're laughing. Because they're thinking that they're going to get it, but they're really not. They're working with dark forces to try to do that. And the dark forces aren't buying it. They're feeding them nothing but an illusion. And it's quite unfortunate for them, but it's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. Can I get some confirmation on that with the vibe? Follow your dreams. Make up your mind. Believe in yourself. You have endless, infinite possibilities available to you, collective, and you don't even realize it. Okay? The thing is they want out of this separation. They don't want to have this divorce. They don't want to have this separation. They don't want to be ghosted. But you're cutting ties. You cut ties already. You have your freedom. It's in your hands. Okay? You're standing up for yourself. You've awakened. And they can't breathe. They can't let go. They can't clear their mind. They're still stuck in the past. And they're exhausted. They're exhausted. They're losing grip on reality. They're burnt out. They're burdened. And they're feeling empty. Why? Because they choose not to pour into themselves. They want everybody else to pour into them. That's how entitled they are. They want everybody else to pour into them and support them and give them this beautiful energy that you have. And they don't want to have to work for it. Yeah, if you're too lazy to heal, you're a fucking coward. You're an absolute fucking coward. And you don't deserve blessings if you're not willing to heal. You deserve to sit in this karmic shame-ass energy and enjoy that. If you're not willing to heal the pain and suffering inside of you that's been holding you back from living your best life, you don't deserve any blessings. And this is why your life is shit. Suffering in silence. Unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Air signs. You are the kings and queens of communication. What the fuck is your problem? And I'm talking to my karmics. What the fuck is your problem? Suffering in silence. You're not speaking up. You're not speaking your words. You're not communicating. Like, get your fucking heads out of your asses. You'll look better. That's probably why you don't want to look in the mirror. Because you got your head so far up your fucking ass, you can't even see straight. Right? You deserve everything you have right now. Whatever the bullshit that you're dealing with right now, you deserve every spoon of it. Okay? Sit with the shame. Sit with the guilt. And let it mold you into a better person. Let it humble you. That's the best course of action. It's gonna make you cry like a fucking baby, but you know what? That's okay. You think I didn't have nights and weeks and months of emotion? You think I wasn't bawling my fucking eyes out? Oh, but Aiden, you don't look like what you've been through. Of course I don't, because I've been healed. I'm aging backwards. Why? Because I took the time to look at my shit. I took the time to deal with my shit. I took the time to heal. I took the time to be humble and to learn the lessons that I needed to learn to gain a better understanding about my life. That's why. And when you do that, things change. But the fact that you dumbasses don't want to even do that, that's not my problem. And again, I'm talking to the karmics. They are a bunch of fucking dumbasses. Because rather than stealing somebody else's gifts, trying to, not happening, access denied, request void, instead of trying to just steal somebody else's gifts that they didn't work for, right? They're not even focusing on their own. Part of receiving your own gifts and tapping into your own gifts, which everyone has, is believing in yourself, is loving yourself, pouring into yourself. But going to a particular situation where you're not egotistical, you're not, you have your ego in balance. Okay, you're releasing and letting go of the bitterness. But if you're not willing to let go of the bitterness, if you're not willing to let go of the rage and the hate and and the lies and the deception and all this other bullshit, you're not going anywhere. You're not getting fuck all. And that's coming straight from the divine. If you're not willing to go within yourself and be courageous and heal the pain and the suffering and the trauma that you had in your previous experiences, you don't deserve what's coming to you. Because if you can't go within yourself and look within yourself, what do you expect to receive? And if you can't alchemize and you can't be in the energy in which you wish to be, and you're just happy in your pile of shit, but you're just expecting the shower to come to you, you're just going to end up in a big, huge slurry pile. You're not going to get clean. You're just going to spread it around. You're going to moisturize it. The divine is fucking laughing at you, karmics. Do you understand? The divine is laughing at your requests. This is why you're not getting what you want. Because you're not willing to go within yourself to fix it. What makes you think the divine is going to give you anything of any type of power, of any type of anything, and just have you deceive and manipulate and whatever else? Taking it to a bad bad place. Like, what makes you think the divine's going to give you anything of any type of blessing? The audacity, the entitlement. Give your fucking heads a shake. Stagnant, skank. It's coming out. Stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. That's what you karmics are gotten right now. That's what you get. Okay? You're clearly not going into some glow up. No new opportunities for you. No new career. No new fucking successful business. No new nothing for you. Why? Because you're deceitful. Because you lie. You rip people off. You don't move forward with good intention. And you know what? People are figuring that out. Right? People are becoming not confused anymore. People are getting the true picture of who these fucking karmics are. They're not confused. They were abused. Their masks are coming off. With this Saturn return, their masks are coming off. People are having no other choice but to be revealed. And that's just the way it is. They have no other choice but to take off their masks. We're seeing people for who they truly are. Why? Because we're allowed to cut ties. We're allowed to cut out what no longer serves us. And if that particularly happens to be a people or person, we have every right to cut these out. And although they don't want this distance, they don't want to divorce, they don't want to separate, they don't want to be ghosted, whatever, they're the ones that ghosted you. They tried to deceive you. It's the same as ghosting. They tried to show up as someone else who they were not. And they did this to abuse you. They did this to take from you. They did this to deceive you and lie to you. And they think they're getting away with it. And now they're sitting there having a fucking tantrum because you have infinite possibilities coming to you. Because you're divinely guided, guarded, and protected, and you're staying 10 steps ahead of the fucking haters. And I've got full-on body goosebumps, so I know I'm on point. I know I'm on point with this. And they're having to suffer in silence just sitting there watching me. And it, like, all the pain and all the suffering and all the guilt and all the bullshit is hitting their stomach. Guaranteed. Because you made boundaries. You put up boundaries with these dumbass motherfuckers. The silence is deafening. The fact that nobody wants to reach out to them, the fact that they don't want to reach out to anybody, the fact of their solitude is, like, pretty well killing them. The fact that nobody gives a fuck about them because, what? You drop this toxic, you basically taken the trash out. You're moving towards your possibilities. You're making room for these possibilities. You're raising your frequency to be in alignment with these possibilities. That's what healing is all about. It's not about being bitter. It's not about holding on to the pain and the suffering and, you know, no. It's not the way to do it. They want your ability to find harmony sitting on the fence. To find balance, peace, and happiness, they don't want you to have that. They want you it just to be just outside of your grasp. They want you to be able to look at it. They want you to be able to drool all over it and like be there right like a dog looking for a cookie. They want you to stare at it and wish and pine and but never have it. Guess what, collective? Shit's about to change. Big time. Despite how chaotic the world looks right now, things are about to change. There's a huge shift going on in the collective. People are recognizing, people are realizing, people are awakening to the truth. They have no other choice but to awaken. And whatever they're going to awaken to, due to their actions and their pain, the pain and the suffering that they've caused, some of them are hopeless. Some of them are just wanting to end it. Some of them are in such a depression and of guilt and envy that they don't even know what to do with themselves. And it's all because you have infinite possibilities available to you. Why? Because you've done the work. You put in the time. You sorted your shit out. You've alchemized your trauma. You've turned your pain to power. And you're not letting it go for no one. They want you drowning. They want you over your head. They want you overextended. They want you hitting rock bottom so they feel better about themselves. They would rather see you lose and see you in trauma and abuse and pain than see you win. And this is why they get nothing. This is what's wrong with their intention. Because they have ill intention towards others, this is why they're not getting fuck all. Because they choose to find enjoyment in other people's ruining. You're no longer broken, collective. You're no longer having nightmares. You're not failing anymore. You're stepping into a new energy whatsoever. Totally new energy. As you should be. There's some people out there that you blocked that are totally lustful over you. Okay? They're longing, they're missing you, they want to talk, they want a reunion, but you put distance between you two. Apparently, they're no longer confused of how they feel. They're very, very lustful, and they're very greedy of your energy. And the fact that you've cut them out and you've blocked them, they're very, very bitter and angry and petty about it. They don't like the fact that you blocked them out. They're very greedy, very stingy. By any means necessary, they're very inconsiderate individuals. And you block them out for good reason. But they don't want this distance anymore. But they're no longer confused as to why you put distance between them, between you and them. Too fucking bad. It is what it is. And it'll be what it'll be. Oh, cat got your tongue. Yeah, they're salty, they're bitter, they're angry. Because you got nothing to say. You're giving them the silent treatment, and you left them out. Left them out in the cold. For good reason. For good reason. You have every right to cut them off. And now they're all butthurt about it. You're doing an amazing, amazing job tonight, Max. Thank you so much. They're speechless. But they want to come forward and they want to talk. They want to say something. But whatever they have to say is not worth a fucking dime to you. That's the difference. What? They're not protected by Archangel Michael? They don't have any protection? They're facing legal trouble? Interesting. Interesting. And they're all salty and bitter about it. The truth is out. There's been evidence found. These particular people that are trying to deceive you and thwart you and take you out, take you down, putting hits on your life, stalking you, ruining your new positions, ruining your life. It's all coming out. And this is why their life is in shambles. This is why their life is going to shit. Because of their intentions. Everybody has a choice, collective. Everyone has a choice. And you got nothing but possibilities. Follow your dreams. Make up your fucking mind and believe in yourself. And I think they're pretty salty at the fact that you've already done that. You've already stepped into your power. You know what, collective? It looks good on them. Because here the bastards thought they were getting away with it. They actually thought they were going to get away with it. The train is leaving the fucking station. Just a little tune for my collective. My version of the train. Choo choo. Oh, I wish I did. I wish I did, Doctor. I wish I did. That's a good fucking tune, I must admit. I forget what key that's in. Maybe I'll listen to it and I'll give it a shot. I think I've got Supertramp in here. That's a good album too. Even in the quietest moments is one of my favorite albums of all time. I think I've got it in here. I'm almost sure of it. And even in the quietest moments, I wish I knew what I had to do. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I hope it's here. I'm running near to the end of it. I'm running in the near to the end of them. Where is it? Oh, it's not here. Oh no. Where did it go? I hope I didn't leave it in my car. Unless I skipped over it and I didn't see it. Unless it's in another, with another one. More than one. I don't know. That's sad if I don't have it. Boo-hoo. That kind of pisses me off. I have a feeling it might be in its case. I still have the boxes that I gotta go through, and I think that it might still be in its case. I'm hoping. But anyway, collective, I think that's about it for now. I think I've had enough of the karmic Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians. Stay tuned tomorrow for the Earth sign karmics. So if you're dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns, they're coming up next tomorrow. If this message has bestowed any type of clarity, I'm very happy for you. I didn't even see that super chat or super sticker there. Whoever sent it, thank you. I'm currently looking to see, and it doesn't show me. So $2.72. Thank you, whoever did that. Whoever sent. It's greatly appreciated. It's not showing up here in the chat, so. If you'd like to donate to the channel, check out the description box for many different possibilities, or you can order a reading. If you want a discount on that reading, you gotta wait till this coming Monday. There's gonna be a Hipsy event where you can get 15% off a reading. So either get a reading now or later. And that way you can get a personal energy check-in for yourself. They are open. They are available. Check out the Hipsy link in my link section here on YouTube for further information. And if you sign up with Hipsy, chances are you'll get notifications when I post. So I'll be posting to my my Hipsy crew when that 15% discount is going to be. Who knows? I might even add a little bit more of a discount to it. But I think 15% is pretty good discount for what I offer and for what I give. Yeah. So be good to yourselves if you can't be good at it, at least. So that way you can be good to others. Karmics, sit the fuck down and take some notes. Alright? Stop being such fucking cowards and heal from your pain and your suffering so that way other people don't have to deal with your bullshit anymore. Be greatly appreciated. Because we all done with your shit. And on that note, I love you all. Thank you so much for your ongoing support, collective. Come on back tomorrow evening for another awesome, intense read. Thank you so much. I keep coming back because of you, my tribe. You guys make it worth it. Definitely not a karmic max. So yeah, if you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourselves, so that way you can be good to others. Love you all. I'll catch you in the next one. Arr.